A microchip? Russian markings? What on earth is this?
We're about to find out that it's a top-secret KGB mind control chip, which makes this very obvious and patriotic branding an interesting choice.
Mind control? Why does he think that?
Because he removed it from my brain?
Wasting millions of dollars developing a microchip to control Archer's brain when drugs and or sex have proven to be equally as effective and far less expensive.
Next thing I know, he shoots me full of some kind of, fish paralyzer.
Don't be ridiculous, Archer. Fish paralyzer tells us nothing. How are we supposed to even know if it's a paralyzer made from fish or a paralyzer made for fish? You of all people should know the importance of phrasing.
Why would he put a mind control chip into your brain?
Great question. I mean, why ever would the KGB want to be able to control the mind of an American spy? How could they possibly benefit from such a thing? It's just a baffling plan with no possible upside. And who set my sarcasm dial to Greg House?
Mother, you've been lying to me my entire life. Just for once, I want you to tell me the truth.
Kids thinking that they want the truth. Go ahead. Ask about Santa Claus, the Tooth Fairy, and that farm upstate where your precious Rabbit Downey Jr. went to retire. Also, asking a compulsive liar to tell you the truth. If she spent your entire life lying, then why would you even begin to trust her when she says she's telling the truth?
Well, people in hell want ice water.
In a recent survey, ice water didn't even crack the top 100 most requested things by the denizens of hell. The number one wish was for their eternal souls to not be condemned to a fiery pit of torture's doom for believing in the wrong deity or, existing.
Now, if you'll excuse me, I'm right in the middle of a fairly huge deal.
Buying a lock factory?
Archer, why would she want to buy a lock factory when you can hear she already owns all of the locks? A better burn would have been stealing the contract from Fort Knox or opening a fishmonger. Because of all the locks, like locks, the salmon. Damn it, ding me off already. I'm dying out here.
Everything I had was in a hedge fund, but it turns out the whole thing was nothing but a damn Ponzi scheme.
So, a hedge fund then?
Aw, man! That's totally not Irie.
Yep, this episode's Pam of the Week is Cultural Appropriation Pam. And I'm sure it's meant to be a clever commentary on white people jumping on cultural bandwagons or the result of some vacation-based continuity error that resulted from the episodes being released out of order. But either way, she's here for the episode and the cringe will be sinumental.
So she can actually sell ISIS? Like, doesn't the government own it?
Yeah, I've never been clear on that.
It's way too complicated to explain, especially to you two.
He said, as if being coerced by the writers to avoid explaining how ISIS works.
And think of a way to make Trexler not want my mother.
We could give her a milfectomy.
Can we give this episode a Pamectomy? Also, based on the fact that the I in MILF stands for I'd, it should be pronounced MILF. You're welcome.
What could be so secret she wired it up with 12 pounds of C4?
A standard military-grade block of C4 weighs about 1.25 pounds, and since there are only 8 blocks here, Archer's only looking at about 10 pounds of C4. It's actually a pretty good eyeball estimate and probably not worthy of a sin, but I need this video to prove why my search history includes so many questions about C4.
Here, take a look at this.
Archer's asking Ray which wires he should cut to disarm the C4, so you'd think for maximum chance of success, he'd hold the phone back a bit and take a picture of the whole damn thing instead of this small snapshot.
What is that?
Oh, yeah.
No.
Yeah.
No.
Not a bumblebee, is it?
Duh. Of course it's not a bumblebee. A rumbling that size can only be a hornet.
It's more of a aubergine,
Ow.
I guess you call that.
Still pretty hot.
Lusting after other people's, damn it, I had something for this. Personal assistant?
All right, I'm going in.
Dude, phrasing. It's like literally your whole thing.
Try to think about something else, like how there's no sink in there.
So what if there's no... Oh my god!
This fucking show.
Oh my god, Odin's making you the new boss?
Yep. I mean, I kind of maybe have to sleep with Barry, but...
Volunteering this information to Sterling will mock you at any given opportunity just for having hands Mallory Archer.
Lana, how can you do that?
By getting drunk and knowing it's the same thing your mother's doing.
Following bad examples. Also, Mallory's actually sleeping with Trexler, not Barry. Why would Mallory sleep with Barry to get a job she already has? Gosh, Lana, do you even plot in words and stuff?
Speaking of mess, you traitor, your stupid bird bot is leaking.
My what? Oh, shit.
Probably hydraulic fluid.
It's sweet and sour, dumbass.
Hey, you're the one who got a sauce-heavy dish and tried to store the leftovers in decorative aluminum foil. Next time, ask for a proper to-go container, dumbass.
Okay, the satellite link is online, so let's play God.
Assuming an all-powerful God would have the time or will to do this between creating all the world's miracles, avoiding blame for all the world's trauma, and hiding one sock out of every pair.
I'll tell you what's freaky is guess what I already named that bunny?
Robert Klein.
Thinking this is a better name for the possessed bunny than Robert Cummings. I'm assuming this is a coat or hat rack, but if that's the case, why are the arms sloping downwards? Won't everything just slip off? And if it isn't a coat rack, Mallory needs to stop leaving so many personal assistants in her office.
It wasn't a conversation, Lana. I was just talking to my gun, not with it.
Not being a good listener for your gun. Can't run an entire relationship on lubricant alone, Barry. I've tried. God knows I've tried. I can't make out all of Lana's ideas, but the show did make the grave mistake of animating at least part of this list. Aside from a trip to France, the most offensive thing here is a request for a celebratory bottle of Merlot. Merlot's the second weakest of all the red wines, just narrowly beaten by its dusty cousin, Malbec.
So people can non-verbally indicate where stuff happened on their body.
Yeah, that takes like $1.
Not if there's ever a gang.
Joking about gang. You can put a lot of offensive into your cartoon and pass it off as comedy or satire, but it will still get you multiple sins all at the same time.
Met in a Pray Away the Gay Bible group. That was a pretty weird time for me.
Barry said, horribly traumatizing and strange that this joke made in 2011 is still relevant in 2024, strangely.
But don't touch them. Lysergic acid is absorbed right through the skin. Even the tip of your finger. Oh.
Character immediately does the thing they just warned everyone not to do, because utter idiocy is always hilarious. Cliché. Also, this is not how LSD works, and I have even more questionable Google search receipts to prove it.
Guess you guys have lots in common. Like, I bet your genitals are the same distance from the ground.
I don't know whose genitalia this is meant to be insulting, but can we just be more accepting of any and all sacs, cracks, and flaps, and the variety of forms they come in, be they gravity affected or not?
What do you think?
Wait, how did Lana get that made so quickly? ISIS barely has a working printer and still uses fax machines, so I'm sorry if I don't believe they have their shit together enough to own and maintain an on-site facility for printing fancy door plates.
Hey, open this damn door!
Sorry, honey, please don't hate me.
Implicating yourself in a crime when there was absolutely no reason for you to do so. This would be like me sending the IRS a copy of my bank statement after I robbed a different bank. And I'm not repeating that mistake.
Sort of pictured more of a lounge. Morris chairs, that kind of stuff.
Imagining the most uncomfortable chair known to man. Morris chairs suck. All they're good for is banging your knee at the same time you stub your toe. This visual gag of the tubs with things like saw blades and criminal ties is kind of funny. But you failed to center false teeth on the label like you did the other text, and just look how distracting that is.
Why? Ow! Why are you doing that?
Trexler having zero peripheral awareness in his eye or ear balls.
Okay, it's over, and you're sure you don't want to marry that woman?
Oh, God, no.
To be clear, Archer's plan is to prevent the sale of ISIS by allowing a high on LSD non-brain surgeon with a power drill and no shirt to put a pre-used Russian mind control chip into Trexler's cortex and couple it with a brainwashing video in the hope he will no longer find his mother attractive. Have I got that right? And you're telling me it works, cartoon people?
Is that some kind of joke?
Is that?
It's cold in here.
Look, I can spot a joke from 40 paces, so it's quite fitting that the "it's cold in here, therefore my penis is small" is so tired that it failed to trigger my gag reflex.
All I want is this lettuce and his brother.
Gendering your produce. Not specifying if your weight limit refers to clothes or people.
Former loan shark and pimp. I'm going legitimate.
What do you know about dry cleaning?
I mean, you'd think that loan sharking pimps, by natural way of their chosen vocation, would actually have a great deal of knowledge about all the types of laundering.
What do I know about dry cleaning? I know I'm switching from perk to D5.
Wow, tell me you know nothing about dry cleaning in one sentence or less. D5, it's greener, but it's way more expensive. Plus, it's not even that green. It's still suffocating fish and polluting our supply. Why don't you try becoming a real expert and spend 2 minutes researching it like I did?
Come on, Bones, what's the mystery? His brain is gone.
Just for once, I want you to tell me the truth.
You can't handle the truth.
Then why don't you go back to Jamaica?
No, thank you, man. I'm quite irie. Just being left alone over here, don't you know?
Odin.
Oh, how's regional director for the Americas sound?
It's a meaningless title, but it helps insecure people feel better about themselves.
Yeah, who's the dumbass now, Lana?
Or whom?
Whom? Sometimes it's who.
Cyril, better pill up. You're assisting Krieger with the surgery.
What? Why me?
You're good at math.
It was my understanding that there would be no math.
I would like to extend to you an invitation to the pants party.
Excuse me?
Party. The pants with the pants. Party with pants.
Are you saying that there's a party in your pants and that I'm invited?
Oh, there's my lovely lady love.
Oh, I'm touching myself tonight.